jump right in to Minecraft. Farlands or Busts for September 6th, 2024. The second stream of Season 12. We left off at 69,854.4 megabigles. 100 days above 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Phoenix. Perhaps two streams with only one death record for Farlands or Bust. Maybe we could figure that out. Just aim for a tree. That's what they say. So we're gonna continue here. I do well. Let me continue, and then I'll mention the thing I want to mention. All right. Have you got your woofs ready? Woof. Wolfie's ready. Wolfie's ready indeed. As we leave the hidey hole. Oh, somewhat poorly secure it. There we go. Many layers of sand of protection as we head west. Oop. I'm really good at this. We head west, I say. I need wool. Why am I out of everything? I have no more iron. I mean, I have some iron, but I have no more iron. I have no wool. I feel like if we come across some cows, I might have to make up the rest of my armor with leather. Like a common... Oh, I can't even shear sheep. I gotta use 2 of my iron. I need it, so I'm gonna do it. Dang. Inflation? Look at my inventory. Thanks, Obama. Jeez. Water. I need water. What is that? That's a chicken. What is that? That's a pig. I also need Wolfie treats. Lord knows. We've had one too many deaths this season already. Oh, careful, Wolf. Well, that was a net zero endeavor right there. Today's stream brought to you by Net Zero Internet. No, it is brought to you by Patreon. Remember patrons? I do. I remember patrons. I remember and think of you all very fondly, secretly, with the lights out. But no, this since the end of the subathon, this last month was looking a little thin. Was looking a little peakish, a little bit low on the numbers, a little bit of a shortfall in the old bankroll. But then it's a yearly surprise that Patreon gives me a boost because of those of you who are very generous in subscribing to Patreon on a yearly basis. Yes, I realize it's the same amount of money had you been paying throughout the year, but all at once. But it's nice. It's nice to see. So I appreciate those of you who are on my Patreon. I mean, anybody on my Patreon still, but who are on my Patreon and trust me enough not to disappear to subscribe on a yearly basis. Delta Whiskey, I think you're one of them. So yes, that I very much appreciate. Patreon.com/KurtJMac. I think if you do subscribe on a yearly basis, I think you get a month free. I think there's a bit of a discount. If I remember correctly. So, I mean, bad for me.
Palette Hands gifted a Tier 1 sub to yearly subscription. They have given 494 gift subs in the channel.
Yearly subscription, welcome to the subtub. Palette Hands, thank you. But yeah, bad for me because I only get 11 out of the 12 months of patronage. But good for me because I get this nice little bonus extra amount in September. There is also weirdness happening with Patreon. I'm assuming none of you use the app, but apparently Apple is going to be taking 30% of all subscriptions made through the app. And like, there's an option where you can cover that 30% or it gets taken out of my end. And I think that's happening in 2025. I'm going to assume none of you... Why would you use the Patreon app? And certainly you aren't using it on Apple. Or you didn't subscribe. If you're going to subscribe to Patreon, just do it from a web browser. On a computer. And then these will not be problems. So yeah, thank you very much to those who continue to be patronizing, to continue to patronize me. Indeed. I feel like maybe I should pivot. Instead of having my own sticker store, I should just make Patreon my sticker distribution system. Sticker Club. Farlander Sticker Club. What else? So, how about that Minecraft movie, huh? Oh, brother. I think we all probably knew that it wasn't going to be good based on like the 5 or 6 directors and studios that kept shuffling around. Wasn't it going to be like directed by oh, that one comedian who was in Arrested Development? I hear pigs. Like he even like co-hosted a Minecon or a Minecraft World or whatever leading up to it. Got him. That was many iterations ago. I think the first thing to remember and acknowledge is that it definitely seems like a movie made for kids. Like, kind of like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. But I don't think the online backlash is going to do a damn thing about the way the Minecraft movie looks. It also, the weirdest thing in the trailer that stood out to me, as opposed to the grotesque, hyper-realistic 3D Minecraft world, was Jack Black, who showed up, and it seemed like he just showed up, like, and he's wearing his regular clothes. Like he just showed up to set, and they're like, "All right, just be Jack Black," basically. And even honestly, the rest of the actors don't even seem like they had a costume department. They just showed up and started acting in the clothes they showed up in. That was very jarring. This is very weird. He's just like, my name is Steve. I'm assuming his story is that he's always been trapped. It's a Jumanji situation. What year is this? He's been trapped in the Minecraft world and has come to conquer it as Steve, the Minecraft player. I think we can acknowledge that plot isn't going to be a strong point. Oh, Wolfie. All right, no. I was just taking a picture. Don't go over there. It's one of those things, like, I wonder if the people making it actually have any frame of reference about the game, other than the way that it looks. Because, yeah, you say, like, it'll probably include Herobrine, but would they even know what that is? Would they even have any knowledge about any of that stuff? Similarly, like, oh, what if there's a farlands? And, like, what if there's a wolf with 3D glasses? You know, any of this stuff. What if there's a Captain Sparkles? I don't think it doesn't seem like they're going to be any integration with any of that. Which is fine and good. Not that I ever, like I said, not that I ever thought the Minecraft movie was A, a good idea, or B, going to be a good idea. I just think now that we see it actually in the flesh, it's pretty,
You're telling me I'm stuck
remarkably expected.
with you?
No, I'm stuck here with you. Believe me, a far worse fate.
Spoons, thank you for 95 months in the sub-tub, and you've re-upped for another 6 months ahead of time. Oh, that's right, it's September. You probably saved like 20% or something by doing that. Remember September? The savings. Thank you very much, Spoon. Sub-tub. So yeah, that was the laugh of the land, of the internet land, a couple days ago when that came out. See, you can sign up for my Patreon 1 year in advance and you get 1 month free. I think. I don't know, I haven't looked at it in a while. But I think that's the case. Who's building hidey holes around here? Ooh, pig. I don't really need any more pigs. I'm good on pigs. I have not seen any cows, though. Spooky noises. Here's another weird thing that happened. That, like, I don't know, precisely 0 of you will be interested in, but I saw this and was kind of surprised. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Orion telescopes. Any telescope nerds out there? My first telescope, not the first telescope, but my first real telescope was an Orion telescope. It was the 8-inch Dobsonian telescope. Anyway, they owned telescope.com, and they were pretty much the biggest of the internet age telescope maker and seller and store. They also, well, here's I think what happened. They got bought by a company that also bought Meade. You probably have heard of Meade. Meade telescopes have been around for a long time. As well as they also bought the solar scope. Celestron wasn't bought by them, I don't think. No, I forgot the name of the solar scope. But anyway, I think Meade bought the solar scopes, but then this other company bought Orion and Meade. Anyway, as of early July, they all shut down. Everyone was let go. But the website, the Orion Telescope's website, remained up and active and accepting orders until the end of August. Until it just completely went down. Not a word from the company or anything. And it's not even like a landing page anymore. They just like took the web server down. It's very weird. And there, like, I saw it on YouTube. There's like the telescope YouTube. There's like big video, maybe not big videos, but videos of, you know, of talking heads, you know, talking about it. Apparently one guy had like a big 12-inch Dob telescope that they were having problems with, and they had him send it into them. You know, a 12-inch big-ass telescope, had them send it into them to get service, and then they went out of business. And there's nobody's answering anything. Like for you know, it's like a multi-$1,000 telescope. So yeah, that's bonkers. Like it honestly was the biggest telescope manufacturer, seller, online retailer. I've got a lot of stuff that was Orion. I mean, the weird thing is like not even a word. Like it must have been very sudden. They had telescope.com, and very legal. Like, I'm surprised there hasn't been any like whistleblowers or like employees, other than maybe that they were given in their layoff a severance, and as part of that a like gag order to even like peep a word. So that's is really weird. It's really surprising. But yeah, also because, and then in that Meade is a huge company. Like in the 90s and, I mean, honestly in the 70s, 80s and 90s. Well, that suddenly disappears. That's neat. Look at that. This would have been a heck of an F3 lake. Yeah, I've recently been using, and the last telescope I bought was from Astrotech. which is much more of an it's like a guy. is what it is. Like, I get the emails and he'll be like, I'm putting these on sale because I gotta pay for my son's next semester of college. And so it's like a dude, but it's like a big enough company that they have a lot of stuff. What is their website? Their forums are ass. No, are ass. Their forums and community is Cloudy Nights. Wolfie. Okay, Jesus. I heard a splash, and then I didn't see him anymore, so I feared he was under the ice. Astronomics, I think, is their website. And they make the Astrotech brand, but they also sell, like, Celestron and you know, other telescope company telescopes. So yeah, I don't know. That was just super weird. I mean, I'm not super into the telescopes anymore. I'm trying to sell mine. I had somebody that was interested, but then they bailed on me. I think I'm asking too much. Maybe it'll go up in value now. Well, no, it's not a Orion telescope. It's an Astrotech. Bonk. If anything, they'll go down in value because there's no more parts or support for any of the Orion telescopes. So yeah, weird, wild stuff. I guess they also had like an app, like a star app, but also one that like connects to your computerized telescopes that you bought from them, and like that's gone. And it like I think the YouTuber I was watching, they said it costs $15 to buy the app. Like that was just like pulled and disappeared. Ah, you were asking for a friend, but they have like 6 telescopes. But they don't have an 80mm refractor, do they? You gotta fill every little niche of telescope needs. Speaking of space, aren't they bringing back the Boeing space capsule? Is that today or tomorrow? Without the astronauts? Since they deemed it too risky. Which is a good choice. Instead of previous choices, which have not turned out so well. And then, yeah, the 2 astronauts have to wait until next February. The next Dragon capsule, instead of going up with 4 people, is going up with 2. The two other... Careful, Wolfie! 2 other seats. What was supposed to be a 1-week trip to space turned into 7 months. I do like all the headlines and the memes. Cows! Where they're stranded in space. 2 astronauts are stranded in space. Well, no. They're on the International Space Station with 6 other astronauts. 6? Is there 6 other astronauts right now? Or is there... I think it's 6 other astronauts. Get him, Wolfie! You haven't tasted beef in a while. Ah, yeah. Alright, it takes a long time to gather leather, it seems. Okay, so the leather armor is not looking like a great option either. I really needed a spawner. Whoa, Wolfie, jeebus. Does the choppiness ever drive you crazy? I mean, I'm used to it. It only drives me crazy if I need to, like, build something or place blocks. Then it becomes a bit more of a challenge.
I don't know what to say. I'm touched.
You're both touched.
Watching you for this many months is half gross.
Half gross? I prefer full gross. I get it, though. I get numbers. Mamatsky, 72 months in the subtub. Much appreciated. Subtub. This is a weird thing. Indeed. So... I'm trying not to, like, blast all of my stories and talking points all at once. So... Oh... How's your dirt? My dirt? My garden dirt? Not now, sorry. Any movement on the memorial plaque? No, but I do need to figure out how to use a router. Oh yeah, maybe you guys can help. The girlfriend is redoing our, like, covered porch slash greenhouse, we call it. It's got wood paneling on the walls, which is fine. So we're like replacing it with not rotted out wood paneling. But around the windows, that creates a problem for the window frame. It's called something specific, like the wood trim that goes around the edge of the window. Casing. I think it technically in construction talk, it's called casing. Trim, casing, yeah. The problem is that the back is flat of the trim. You know, it's like 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide. And it needs to go on the outside of the window, but because the wall has the wood paneling that's like 1/8 of an inch thick, the window frame is actually set in to the wood where, you know, the framing, the trim, the casing needs to sit. The old stuff that was up there was like either specially made or just something that they had available in the 60s or 70s whenever this room was built. I basically need a notch. I need a notch in the back. And they don't make pre-notched window trim. Well, I have a hand router. I was thinking I was gonna have to make a whole jig and clamps and stuff like that. But they got the thing is the router didn't come with any bits, but they do have bits that have a bearing on it. So like the bearing follows the guide or the edge of the wood, and then the bit chonks away at the wood. I'm thinking that might work. Do these bits help? I don't even see them as bits, so no. Is that lava? No. Yeah, anyway, it's a predicament. Because the framing needs to go up before she can paint. I just chisel. Well, the problem is it's the trim that goes around an entire window. So it's not like, oh, a little chisel. It's like, you know, 9 feet of material. So I'm not going to chisel 9 feet of length. And it also needs to be, it doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to not be crap. And it's very thin wood. The wood is like thinner than a human hair. No, it's like 1/4 of an inch thick at its widest point. Which is why I was thinking, oh god, I'm gonna have to make a whole jig. The jig is up for my router, but now I'm seeing they have these special router bits. I guess they're not that special. They're just kind of common, and I, not using a router, really don't know. But they got little ball bearing wheels on them, so the wheel can catch and prevent the bit from, like, straying. I might have to pick up one of those and then do some tests. And that might work. And then they need to be, what's it called when you cut at a 45-degree angle? Make the corners meet Mitered. Mitered. I'm learning so many construction terms. I'm a real man. They need to be mitered. I don't have a miter saw. So they're just going to be very well estimated. And then filled in with putty or something. But yeah, that was that whole thing I was talking about before. I don't remember what stream it was. Desert golfing or something like that, where I'm just like, any sort of house work, upgrades, painting, choosing colors, actually painting, mixing paint, is just like, anxiety level, maximum. Oh, look at these pigs that just spawned out of nowhere. Can we do the same with cows? Or just armor that might just fall out of the sky. So yeah, that's kind of like, that room is now like halfway in the midst of being redone. Juno needs a new bed. We were thinking about one of those cots, like a dog cot. Anybody have one of those for their dog? The ones that just kind of like lift the dog off the ground a couple inches. Any dog owners in chat? Bueller, am I live? Hello? Do the dogs like them, Mamatsky? Do they use them? Or are they like cheap and fall apart? Or I avoid the cheap Amazon ones? I wonder if there's like collapsible ones or like more portable ones, because that would be nice to have if we were like out, instead of her like lying on dirt or, you know, like at the beach. Like, although she does like digging a hole in the sand and like getting down to the cool sand and sitting in there. Ah, the greenies. Yeah, I just don't know what like size to get. It's different than just like a padded bed. Yeah, like 4 inches off the ground, yeah. You've got a Korg. Ow. Kablamo! I still can't make anything. Can I make armor out of mushrooms? I don't really need this, but it's free. Some pretty magical mountains today. If I do say so myself, and I do. I have disconnected my F3 button. So really, I'm just... I don't know how far or close I am to the 0 on the x-axis. Indeed. Listen here, you. So let's see, we got the Minecraft movie. We got our window trim. We got the telescope company disappearing off the face of the earth. Got the dog bed. Whoop. I prematurely jumped out. Does anybody want a Datsun update? Because that's what I was doing yesterday. Getting more sad. I'll preface this by saying I posted it in the Ramweb Park Discord to get ZK's and Cone's opinions. And Cone's response was, "That is such a curt thing to happen." That is such a curt problem to end up in. And yes it is. Did the front fall off? It might as well have. Hold on, I gotta make the hidey hole here. Well, I got the rear all put together. Back together. And it seems to have done everything well and correctly. The only problem is I got adjustable shocks. And the adjustable shocks come with like a little plastic mechanism to put into the shock and then turn the dial to make them stiffer or softer. But because the shock in the rear, it doesn't reach, basically. The shock is down in a hole and the little plastic knob isn't long enough to reach. So I didn't check before I installed them, but I hope they're both like set the same from the factory. Hopefully just like in the middle on medium. Otherwise I might have to craft. I have 4 of these knobs. Oh, I've got 4 knobs, all right. I might have to like somehow figure out a way to like hack one in half and then like attach it to like a long bolt, or it's made of plastic, which is the problem. You can't really, I don't know how I'm gonna connect to anything. Ah!
Get off my sugar! Bad bees! Bad! Ow! Ow! Oh, they're defending themselves somehow!
Shockcraft, ride the pig?
Little Sean, thank you very much for 83 months in the subtub with those Bezos bucks. Much appreciated, subtub. Crafty Knob sounds like a hardware store. It sounds like an Irish pub. Let's head on down to the Crafty Knob for a pint. So that's kind of an annoyance, but whoa. But not anything dire, it seems. What is dire is, remember the fronts? I said I couldn't properly torque the nut, crafty knob, on the top of the shock. I took one of those back apart, which means I needed to disconnect the sway bar and the steering arm and the stabilizer arm to disconnect it. Because I broke it. It's because I didn't break the shock, thankfully, because those are like $200 a piece. I broke where the shock connects to the top, the shock mount, which is the rubber. I don't know if you remember from my stream, but there's like the rubber thing that has the 3 bolts that then connects to the car. So that's annoying. It was a real pain in the ass to get off, too. Because apparently, it's not the strut bearing. The strut bearing is inside there. I have new strut bearings. That was the greasy thing. Remember the greasy thing? But yes, the strut bearing is in the strut mount isolator, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, the hole where the strut goes through is kind of D-shaped. It's not a full circle. It's got a flat edge. That way you can tighten the nut without the shock just spinning around in circles. It turns out, however,
they claim they're from another dimension.
Another dimension. Another dimension. Another dimension.
Another dimension?
Another dimension. Another dimension.
Another dimension.
Another dimension. Another dimension.
The 5th dimension.
103 strut mounts isolated by Doc Gratis.
Doc Gratis. That's a long alert. I feel like I need to change that one. It's pretty crazy. Ooh. 103 months, Doc Gratis. Sub-tub. Thank you very much. Spawner. But anyway, it turns out that if you install it incorrectly, aka they didn't include instructions that said to put a little thing on the top of the strut before putting it on the isolator, that means that the strut mount. Yes, I rounded out my D-hole. Thank you, little Sean. You very succinctly summarized what I was meaning to say. My D-hole got rounded. Not only did it get rounded, but the strut top acted like a die and threaded it. Like, threaded itself into the D-hole. So I couldn't remove it. I couldn't remove the top. It was, like, fused in there. I had to do all sorts of things to, like, I don't know what I did. And I'm kind of worried because the left side, the driver's side one, which I haven't done yet, seems a little bit more stuck. A threaded D-hole! So that's incredibly annoying. The replacement shock mounts are like $100 a pop to get those replaced. I asked my local guy and he doesn't seem to have any. But that's neither here nor there because I just ordered an aftermarket pair. Because I can't do anything now without that. So I bought an aftermarket pair, and hopefully this company that sells Z parts hasn't secretly gone out of business for the last month and is letting their website run in zombie mode. Dang, look at all this stuff over here. We're gonna go even more off-center to check it out. So yeah, that's where that's at. True, I could theoretically have somebody, like, put a tack weld to kind of repair my D-hole. But even then, maybe I should replace that. It's old rubber. It's probably not great. So I got one that's, like, intended for more modern uses. It has, like, built-in camber adjustments. Problem is I didn't get the same thing for the rear. I hope that doesn't make things uneven. Although at this point, I just want the thing to get back on the ground and be drivable, because this is the last thing I'm ever going to do to it. I'm not, nothing else. There's nothing else is happening with this car. Ever. To me. For me. From me. By me. Like, I might take it somewhere to get a new exhaust. Actually, I definitely should do that. But that's it. I've had it up to here. Serenity now. Using a lot of boats. Oh. Oh. I need more wood. Well, doesn't look like I'm boating before sunset. Careful, Wolfie. Listen. Yes. Very frustrating. I'm also very glad that I'm not streaming that, because that would have been another embarrassing festival of angry. To deal with that. That's a boat, not a bed. Whoa, what the heck just happened there? I like bounced. Indeed, and that's all the stories I have. I went through my whole script. Nah. How's everybody else doing? Got any annoying projects that you're doing around the house? Careful, Wolfie! So many. Do you clip Juno's nails, or do you have a place that does it? The girlfriend does it. And we use a router. No, we use a Dremel, so we file them down. The girlfriend's got the experience. I hold Juno, which becomes very difficult. She's a lead weight. No, she hates it, but she mostly hates being picked up. Kind of like her primary annoyance, but no, she hates it. I don't think there's a dog in the world who likes getting their nails trimmed. Although, honestly, the cats, they don't like it, but they don't mind it. Because the girlfriend has been very good about training them not to mind it. She's able to blast through their nail clippings. Lickety split. The beepers and the niblet. Although, honestly, it should take Juno to get a bath sometime soon. But that was where I possibly got COVID the last time. Well, the first time. I don't know what I had the last time, but you know what I mean. Important. Oh, we definitely... I need to find a canopy, a car canopy. Because the Subaru is absolutely getting annihilated by this tree sap. That's another expensive thing I need to buy. Put it on the throne. I've put so much stuff on the throne. The throne has been forgotten. Also, that's like too expensive. They're like, for the fabric ones, we're looking at like 180 bucks. For like the metal ones, they're like $900. I'm not doing that. Cut down the tree. Well, that would be a couple $1,000s to have that done, I tell you what. I tell you what. Have the girlfriend do it. She's the specialist. At cutting down trees in the forest where it doesn't matter where they fall. This one is in the corner of two power lines. Like, there. And surrounded by houses. That was fun. Well, you know, it was a little continuation there. Even then, we would need a chainsaw. Nobody's bought us a chainsaw on Throne. There is no chainsaw on Throne. Exactly! You can see why I'm so upset. There's a bird bath that looks like udders. Melted floating block of ice, melted floating block of ice. You are so magical. Ah. I don't know if I'm going to properly be able to get a picture of this to fully translate how how it be. Oh, I need like... be even deeper. But that doesn't work either. Wolfie. 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 Oh, you know what? This is the end here. I can, this is where we can make our hidey hole. I just had to make sure not to change any of the adjacent blocks that would make the water start to flow. Or anything? Not really. I think we're safe. Ah, what a weirdo. That's me. All right. Oh, God. This is the Farlands inventory, I remember. Full of junk and garbage. Alright, this is the hidey hole of the melted floating block of ice. Thank you for clipping that. Let's go to sleep and back up the world. And etc. Ooh, 69,920.27 megabytes. Alright, no memes, everybody. Whoops, I left the music on. That's fine. No content ID either. Would it not be appropriate if we got all the way to 69,999.99 megabytes? Stay tuned to find out, and get your woofs ready to also find out. Woof! Magical. Oh, get that out of here. Get that garbage out of here. You're ruining my picture. There we go. Perfect. Now that's a thumbnail. Could I drown? I could drown in here. Oh, the whole world gets dark. See, it's water-based. That's the theme of the season. Alright. Get on with it! I need everything. I need a hat and shoes. But I don't have any iron, so I can't. So I've been looking for cows in all the wrong places. This is the same world. We started this world on March 6th, 2011. The same world, the same Wolfie, asterisk.
Pallet Hands gifted a tier 1 sub to Nut Clamps. They have given 495 gift subs in the channel.
I mean, that's what I needed for the Datsun. For my D-hole. Is a nut clamp. Thank you for the gift sub. And some nut clamps for your D-hole. I don't know, to the tune of 12 Days of Christmas. That's a spawner. I need iron. I mean, I could just, like, go into a cave for a little bit to get iron probably pretty easily, but... Where's the fun in that?
Mematsky gifted a tier 1 sub to D_hole. They have given 49 gift subs
Wolfie.
in the channel.
D_hole. That's not the same. Wolfie, come here. There. Thank you for the gift sub. I'm starting to think this actually isn't bad. It's like, well, is it 2 deep or is it 1 deep? This spawner. I guess most of it's 1 deep. It does have a collapsed edge. Oh, I can see the spawner from here. Oh, hello. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about me.
Key_Sky gifted a tier 1 sub to
try to shoot me?
Desnuts. They have given 482 gift subs in the channel.
Desnuts? That actually sounds like a real name. That's Mr. Desnuts to you. We still got a water situation down there. Oh, and a skeletal situation. Missed. Got him. Die. He's dead. Are you? Alright. Show me iron. Oh. Get barely anything. I mean, I can make some wool out of the string, I guess. What a ripoff. Ah, there's only 1 chest, maybe? Oh, there's the other one. 2 iron. Which leaves me 3 iron. Which means I still can't do anything. Anyway, that was a waste of time. Oh, no reason to bring religion into it. I just sneezed. It's very hot here. It's like 90 degrees maybe. It's very, I think it's smoky. I think it's smoke. It's hazy. It's very hazy. It's probably smoke, or it's ozone, or it's pollution, smog, or a rare combination of all three. Two iron is nothing to sneeze at. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. When Juno sneezes, we say Gablinkus. You know, Gablinkus. Oh, that's lava over there. I guess I'll just make a wide berth around it. Ugh. Or I should start taking my allergy meds again or something. Ugh. Y'all are dusty. It's been all right for the last couple weeks, but it did just get like, we did just get some rain, and now it's gotten really hot. So maybe grasses or weeds are having a second round. It was from the draw. Yeah, it was all that pencil dust from the drawing program. Anybody watching Rings of Power? Oh, hello. No, it's on the Amazons. It's on Bezos. Yeah, it's kind of... I feel like the first season so far was better. Like, they're a little bit, like... Oh no, now we actually have to make a show about this? My favorite thing is the Elf King's haircut. Ah. Rings of Power, yes, welcome. That's what we're talking about. The discount Lord of the Rings. Timu rings. I mean, they obviously spent a lot of money on it. But yeah, it does. Like, there's certain aspects where it's like, oh, that, you know, that CGI or whatever, that was really good. They apparently spent a lot of money on that. But then it's like some of the like costumes and armor is like, well, they didn't spend a lot of money on that. Also, they keep just like repeating lines from the Lord of the Rings, which I don't know if those are like true things just because it's Tolkien, like that he reused in like the notes to the Silmarillion or whatever, or they're just like picking up on like fan service and being like, you can see things which have not yet come to pass. Wink. Remember when she said that before? Wink. It just doesn't sound right. There were other ones, but I can't even, like, remember what they were. Just how memorable they were. Oh, good lord. I'm trapped in the trees. Whoa. We need more spawners. We do. Or more like open... what are those called? Basin lands where like iron and stuff is exposed for me to just yoink without any trouble. Speaking of which, I need more torches. Torches, torches! Or I could go caving. Well, that's the 800 sub goal. We'll go caving again. Yes, charcoal is in this game. Oh, there's my one right there. Ominous. Quick. Alright, now you guys owe me 800 subs, so get on that. I guess now I need cobblestone to actually smelt the iron. I also need iron. Well, I could... Oh! Okay. I thought it was gonna break. I guess I can make stone tools. Ooh. I just burped Juno accidentally. Borp. Cows! A lot of them. Pew, pew. Oh, that was a good one. He had a lot of skin. Watch it, Wolfie. Oh. Well, now I don't know what to do. I've got iron, I've got leather. Although I guess iron can be made to make tools. You can't use leather to make tools. That would be one floppy axe. And there's one thing I can't stand, and it's a floppy axe. Alright, so I think with 9 leather, I can make both boots and hat. Perfect. Not a cow went to waste. 9.5 shirts. Why was I even bothering with diamond armor? Let's see how it looks. Snazzy. A real contrast. Now we're back on track. Now we're in the zone. Okay. Good on pigs. Sporting the latest styles. Is this the first time I've been wearing, like, leather armor? I don't even know if I made leather armor back at the beginning. Back in ye olden times of 2011. 111? Oh, jeez. Alright, maybe not so fast. Will there be a point where you jitter 6 blocks or more at a time? Why is 6... blocks important? But no, this is on it. This is actually the most amount of jitter we will have, which is half a block, until we reach the farlands. Because it increases, it doubles every double. So the last time it doubled was 8 million blocks-ish. Prior to that, it was 4 million blocks. Prior to that, it was 2 million blocks. So the next time it'll double again will be 16 million blocks. And the farlands are at 12.5 million blocks. And also, a world, I think, even in this version, has a hard limit of 30 million blocks. So if the next offset is at 16 million, there's the next offset after that would be at 32 million. Of which land does not exist. It is the land before time. exponents, man. Star Trek original series or new generation? New generation? You mean next generation? Next generation. Mods to the game allow you to go to 2.14 billion. Why? Like, to what end? But that's in modern Minecraft, right? So it won't even have the jitter. Ooh, excuse me. At the limit, you can't move, so no jitter. Well, then how do you know you're there? If you can't move. I was about to say the same thing, Subsponge. That this is seems somewhat chunk bordery. But then again, it really doesn't, like, this down here, like, matches too much. But who knows where I even am on the x-axis? Who could possibly know such a thing? That's not right. Show me iron. Careful, Wolfie. I honestly need a new. I need a new of everything. Yoink. Gotta go. We're going. We're going. Sidestep? You mean St. Louis sidestep? His trademark. Excuse me. Doing fine and normal. And alive. Totally. Ooh, here's a question. Which could easily be answered by me Googling, but you're my Google now. You're my Google. How hard is it to make one's own pizza sauce? With tomatoes, like homegrown tomatoes. I'm starting to get a lot of tomatoes. Pretty easy, just make tomato sauce. Well, for someone who's done neither. Ow! Good thing my leather boots were there to protect me. Oh, not Wolfie, though. How did you end up in that hole? Pureed. I don't really have a pureer. I don't have a method of pureeing. Could that be a problem? Like, I don't have a food processor or a blender. I would imagine it doesn't need a thickening agent. Thrown it up. That's a pretty good tagline. I might need to steal that. Oh man, I'm gonna thrown up. It's textured, so yes, you can taste the love. Ew. If it's chunky, you just call it artisanal. Home style. I guess I'm also wondering, like, how many tomatoes do you need? Ah, I gotta stop rubbing my eye. Mushroom, mushroom. Why do? Ugh. I want to walk on this little strip of land because it seems fun. Darn it. Damn your eyes. Ugh. Gosh darn, yeah, something is getting. Uh, uh, uh. What the heck? It's like I hit by something. An ominous cloud of allergens has encompassed me. Ugh. What the heck? Ah, careful, Wolfie. Gosh darn mysterious allergens. It's just the mold waking up, starting its day. Also smoke in there. Is that what's my AQI? What unhappy face am I in right now? And we do have all the windows open. I got about 60 AQIs. What's that, the orange man? I don't know why, but I thought I was gonna, like, splash the water with my fists when I did that. I'm so immersed. Oh, careful, Wolfie. Oh, jeez. Fell in that pit, didn't he? Onions, garlics, and a few basic herbs. Yeah, I guess I'm looking for a recipe that, like, uses, like, straight up tomatoes. Just, like, actual whole tomatoes. Red peppers. It has red peppers in it? That's surprising. No, I guess I didn't. I didn't know that. I want. Is that, like, unique to pizza sauce, or is that, like, all pasta sauces have, like, a pepper situation? I mean, it differs sauce to sauce, but I'm only buying jarred sauces. This would be my first foray into sauce creation. Yeah, it feels a little bit disingenuous. That one. If I'm making my own pizza sauce from scratch with my own homegrown tomatoes, but then I have to use store-bought tomato paste. But I guess maybe that saves you the time of having to reduce your own tomato paste. I will not be reduced to needing to make my own tomato paste. That is beneath me. I mean, pizza sauce is not that expensive. It's like $1.70 a jar. I go the kind in a can. No, I get a jar because I usually don't use the whole thing. I just need to find a way to use these tomatoes. Or else I'm gonna have some wasted tomatoes. I'll make my own ketchup. Pickled tomatoes. I already made pickled pickles. Oh, I fell down. Are you a fan of tomato soup? I'm not. The girlfriend is. I need it to be, I need like chunks in my soups. I can't just be eating a liquid soup. Chunks of anything. Chunks of food. I'm sure in 30 or 40 years I'll have plenty of time to be eating only liquids. Lasagna is a good use of tomato. Not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. We still don't have a ton of tomatoes yet. It's very late in the season. All my plants got like a late start for some reason. You press the tomatoes through a sieve. Minecraft sieve? Jack Black? One more bed. I need dirt. Unspecified sieve. I've got those garden sieves that I think Pallet Hands got me on Throne. Will those work? The compost sieves. Where'd that boat go? Oh, I never put it down. Anybody up to anything this weekend? Doing anything cool and interesting? You're gonna clean out your sister's garage? What's she gonna do for you? You gonna pay you? I've got nothing better to do. Nepotism. Motorcycle poker run. While the wife is off getting her tattoo sleeve worked on. That is a loaded series of words you've just presented us with, Avalash. Must be very difficult to play poker while riding a motorcycle. Go to 4-5 stops and draw a card at each. High-low hand winners at the end. That's weird. I mean, that's a thing, but that's weird. Like, how many people are going? Like, I guess, is this like a big deal, or is it just like you and a couple of your friends? What do you win? Everybody else's motorcycle? Small, maybe 50 to 100. Good lord. I don't think there's that many cards in a poker deck. Is it like, I mean, I guess it's an interesting concept, an idea. Is it like the bars? Is it like a, well, I guess that would be kind of weird if you're riding motorcycles. That would probably be ill-advised. So it's almost like a rally, like a road rally sort of thing that people do with cars, where it's like you gotta show up to these places and find your way there, but you can't like get there too fast or too late. You gotta get there just right. Spider spawner! These don't ever cause problems for anybody. Especially Wolfie. Hi. Oh, he almost got me. Ah, 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 ah. Classic spawner takedown. We can blow it up. Oh. Well, I'll take the iron. We can't blow it up. Pleasure doing business. Gotta go. Perfect. Bars are the usual stops. Motorcycle gang. Yeah, I mean that's always tough as an adult who doesn't drink to like find clubs or groups or activities whose main thing isn't going to bars or like going drinking and stuff like that, you know? Ooh, it's a winter wonderland. You know, what you doing? Stop licking. You old bean. Yeah, I mean, my car has been apart and in the garage for the last 8 months. When did I start that project? Yeah, like the local Cars and Coffee has done, like, drives. I've never been able to join them. I'm trapped up here. But I don't want to go that way because there's a big mountain in the way. Whoa. I'm fine. You fine, Wolfie? I heard you take damage from a great distance. Oh, he's fine. Well, that's interesting. Color me interested. And we got something to talk about. Spooky noises. Alright. I guess this'll have to do. Wolf. Come on, Wolfie. Over here. Hop. Oh. Fancy. All right. We're working our way back up. We've got some iron. I don't know. I guess the spider I killed. I'm like, where did the string come from? I don't know. Use more wool. Let's see. Let's see how many megabytes if we surpass the 70,000. Or if we're nicely just on the other side of it. Let's go to sleep and back up the world. Find out. Oh, nuts. That was really close. If only we didn't stop for that spider spawner. We probably would have. 69,986.35 megabytes. Oh, and also, yeah, we did stop to smelt that iron and get the iron, yeah. We'll never have another chance. Ever.